everybody, this is St-Pierre at Physikinaction. Today we're going to make a gluten-free, we're going to call it pizza made with cauliflower, and it is awesome. I've made it before, so at least I know it's good. So we're going to do this as best as possible. Let's get started right away. What you're going to need is you're going to need either a small head of cauliflower or a half a big head. We're using a small one. You're going to shred it into your mixer so it becomes nice and fine. You want it to look sort of like Parmesan cheese. That's the texture you're looking for. While this is going on, you're going to preheat your oven at 425. We're going to be using that for about 20 minutes to get the crust going. But here, let's get started one item at a time. So once you have a texture that's kind of like the Parmesan cheese that you'll get, this is what you want. We're going to dump it in a pot that can go in the microwave, because we're going to have to cook it. You should be getting about 3 to 4 cups. It doesn't really matter, it depends on the size of your pizza that you want to get, but don't go more than that, as you're going to have to increase the other ingredients as well. So once you have it in your container, you want to check that you have 4 cups of the cauliflower. It needs to be able to be heated in the microwave, or you can actually put it in a pan that goes in the oven and heat it for about 10 minutes. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to heat it up so that the water will come out of it, and we're going to squeeze the water out of this. So we're going to put this in the microwave because it's much quicker for 2 to 3 minutes. If you really don't like the microwave, do it the other side. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. So once it's cooked, you see the steam come out of it. You want to make sure that you just stir it up first, just to open it up. It will reduce in size quite a bit. I'm going to show you how you're going to do this. It is really, really hot. So you're going to let this stand, but you're going to let it stand. You're going to take a saw, and you're going to use a big bowl. You're going to take a cloth, a clean one, hopefully. If you have cheesecloth, use that. You're just going to make a little layer, and you're going to dump this in here. Now you can do like I did the first time I did this. I thought I was going to be all nice and strong about it. I can handle heat. Try pressing the water out of that bag. Woo! Let it sit for a little while, or put it in the fridge. Depends how in a hurry you are to eat this. So you're going to let it sit a little bit. We're taking it out. It should be cool enough. What you're going to do is you're going to wrap it up. You can always check it if you want. Much better. You're going to wrap it up. Every corner. Grab it from the top. And you're going to twist. You're going to twist, twist. See how much water is going to come out of here? Insane. Still hot. And you're going to keep doing it until no more water is coming out. It's exercise. You're working your muscles. When it doesn't seem to drip anymore, we're going to discard the water. As you can see, there's quite a bit in there. There's probably almost a cup of water. We're going to take this out. When you open it up and drop it into your bowl, it should look like a ball of dough. And we're going to add in our ingredients. Okay, what you're going to need is an egg. So let's crack this and hopefully not make a mess. Put your egg in there. We've already combined a tablespoon of oregano, tablespoon of basil, And we have a pinch of salt in here. It's about a quarter, it's a big pinch, it's about a quarter of a teaspoon. So we're gonna put that in directly. We also have a teaspoon of garlic powder. So it depends how you like your dough, but it's definitely gonna give it more of a flavorful match to it. So we're gonna put that in. We're gonna put in a quarter of a cup of Parmesan cheese. If you can grate it yourself and have some fresh stuff, go right ahead. It's actually a little bit better. I only had the stuff that you have in a box, so it's pre-made. So I'm putting that in. And you're gonna put also a quarter cup of mozzarella. We're using low fat, low sodium. It's up to you. You use what you like, okay? So now because your mixture is already warm, when you mix it in, it's actually gonna get in there. It's actually gonna melt in there. So we're gonna stir it up. What you're just trying to do is you're just trying to get the cheese to melt. So make sure that your cauliflower doesn't cool off too much before you actually try to squeeze the juice out. Once it seems like it's actually blending well, you'll see that the cheese is actually holding together. It's not stringy anymore. It's about the right texture. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna make sure that it's kind of sticky together. Use your hands, get dirty and nasty. And we're gonna just put it in the middle of our sheet. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna shape it. So you're gonna make a circle. Always start by your center, press and form against your hand. Okay, so you're just pressing and forming. You just keep turning until it spreads out the size that you need it or want it. You can be really picky here, it's up to you. I like it as even as possible. You can flatten it out, you can circle it out, you can use a pin, a rolling pin if you like, but it's doable with your hands. When you have the shape that you want, what you're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the oven for about 15 minutes. We want it to kind of bake, okay? So the cheese will melt in it, it'll give us our base. During that time, we're gonna prepare what we want on top of it for your toppings. So we're gonna take our pizza crust out. As you can see, the cheese is melted, it's browned. If it's not, when you put your toppings on it, it gets a little mushy. It's gonna soak through and it's not gonna hold. So you want it to have some kind of a base underneath. And it's still pliable right now, which is good because that means it's not burnt. You can put the toppings that you want on there. Amanda and I are gonna split this pizza, so we don't exactly have the same tastes. But pretty much every pizza starts the same way. You're gonna have a marinara sauce or a tomato paste or something of that type. So what we're gonna use is we're gonna just start topping. So you're gonna use your marinara sauce or your pizza sauce, whatever you wanna use. And you just basically put it on. I'm gonna try not to touch the hot pan. And once you have that done, Amanda and I like to have our onions and mushrooms just slightly already cooked, but because we've already slightly cooked them, we want them underneath the cheese. So we're gonna just take this. It's a little hot still, but we're gonna bring it in, try to have it even. We have a cup of mozzarella and about a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese, just because it has a different texture. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this on what we have here, now that my plate's not so hot. We're not gonna add it all, we're just gonna add a lot of it, maybe 3/4. And we're gonna put the rest of our toppings on here. We could bake it for like 5 minutes and add the other toppings, but the other toppings are still cold, so it's gonna give them time to heat up, and then we'll maybe sprinkle a bit of cheese on top of that when we're ready. So what we're gonna do is we both like peppers, so I have red, orange, and yellow peppers. We're gonna spread those on. Now Amanda doesn't mind olives, green olives, so we're gonna put the green olives everywhere. Now as for me, I like black olives, I like feta, and I like hot chili peppers. So I'm gonna spread my half with extra. And some feta cheese. Gives it that little Greekish style to it. And we're gonna take some of that extra cheese, we're gonna put it on top, I'm gonna let it bake, and then we'll actually add the leftover cheese at the end. So we're gonna put this back in the oven for about another 15 to 20 minutes until it bakes through. When it's ready, when it looks ready, you're gonna pull it out. It's gonna give you something looking like this. So now we have our pizza, so we're gonna actually give it that beat. Tonight, love it. It's hot. If your center's smooshy, you want to make sure you have a nice spatula underneath it. I don't know if this you could actually eat with your hands. I'm not convinced. We haven't tried it. I'm not going to. I'm actually going to be proper and eat it with a fork. Well, it seems to hold on the fork. It doesn't taste like the crust, but the flavor is so awesome. It's kind of like, let's say crackers or something like that. That kind of a texture to it. So it's very nice. It holds, it's cheesy. And all the toppings, well, you just do what you like. This is the way we eat ours. So have a good night.